Alright, what's going on, guys? It is Flame, and welcome everyone to a new episode or a new review of Beatless. We're on episode 4 right here, guys, and it is called Automatic World. Now, with this episode here today, I don't want to sound like a downer while I'm saying it, but it wasn't really an exciting episode here today compared to, last week's, which was still good, and I'm still watching it till this day. This episode right here is like, I want next week's episode just because this one I just didn't feel like I had a connection to it. We last left off of Coca talking to Kinigo, somewhere like that. I don't know, I'm terrible with names. But we last left off with the episode of her asking, Kinigo if she could, or he can destroy this robot or this HIE from this base that she was from and destroy it. I don't know, it's like a threat to humanity or just something that she wants as power. And to do that, though, she'll threaten his family if he doesn't do it. So he doesn't really have, a choice in the matter of doing this, even though if he likes it or not. He has to do it because he wants to protect his family from Coca. Like, literally, she's threatening him. And this episode here is kind of what he is doing. Like what really Coca is telling him to do, and he goes on the mission and etc. like that. And it sounds kind of cool, but really it was just a really slow pacing of the episode. With it, that's really kind of what it was, kind of focused on Kinigo this episode. It was really him, these kind of terrorist group that were working with Coca. And by the way, these terrorist group have no idea that Coca is an HIE. They don't know that she is actually an android except for Kingo. So when they're working, they're kind of, training in this warehouse just to actually shoot real guns against, security and like that to get this job done. And she's kind of, Coca is telling like these terrorist group and to Kinigo that this HIE is a threat to humanity. So if we go and destroy it, humanity will be saved. But that's not really the case whatsoever. Like, literally, Coca is blackmailing all these people. And, with this episode, it just kind of, Kinigo training at this place day in and day out. And his family is starting to worry as well because he's keeping this secret from his family because his family knows his family might be in trouble. And if Coca knows about that, she will kill his family. So, he's going day in and night, coming home late at night. His sister is starting to figure out a little bit. He's just telling like BS and lies, saying I am alright, don't worry about me. So even though he's kind of being a douche of a brother right now to his little sister and maybe to his parents, we don't really get to see his parents at all in this episode, but really he's just trying to protect his sister and like that from harm's way. He's like kind of sacrificing his life to save his family, which that is such a good older brother. This episode as well is that we've seen is that he is actually a criminal doing these, kind of activity acts from like around the town or from the city. As when we saw Lacia in the first episode help Arato, he actually saw that, he knows like around the cities. He's controlling, the HIEs and the hacks that are going all around town. So we get to see a little, backstory development or character development of what Kinigo actually is, because he's not a fan of HIEs at all. He actually hates them. So we see, a little bit of background character development from him. And with this episode here as well, since Arato is such a nice guy, he wants to help his friend, and they know about these mysteries and what he's actually doing, going into this building with like real ammunition to, maybe even sacrifice his life just to destroy his HIE. Knowing Arato, and Lacia as well, they want to go and save him. No matter if he dies or not, he's always been a friend to him. He's helped them, and he figures, he'll go with Lacia to, this headquarters to rescue his friend. Really what the episode is about is, Kinigo going to this place and he's in a terrible situation, and, our boy Arato, doesn't matter if like he's risking his life or not, is going to go save his friend. And then we get, little technology as well that Lacia is helping him, that we get from, next episode right here, as we've seen in the preview, of him actually fully being invisible, like totally invisible, him and Lacia. It's kind of a mission of get him, get out of the building as fast as you can. So with this episode here, it's a little, I guess, arc, if you call it. It's a build-up episode if you look at it. It's just a built-up episode, and then next episode, or maybe an episode afterwards, I'm kind of hoping that this kind of little arc or whatever ends next episode. Because with this, I don't know, it didn't feel, it was just a really slow-paced episode. It just wasn't really exciting. I was just like, yeah, okay, you know, this here, it's whatever. I don't know, but with this episode here today, I don't want to make this review really short. It was an episode where there's really not that much to talk about. It was just kind of one of those where it's not filler as well. I don't consider this episode being filler. Like I said, it just kind of built up to what's really going to happen next episode or the episode afterwards. But it just kind of one of those episodes where I guess you just watch one time and that's it. It was just a meh episode. You just watch all the way through it and you're like, okay, this is there, that's very cool, just get on with the next step. And with it, sadly, with this episode here today, I'm going to give it, guys, a 5.5 out of 10. It was just a little bit meh. You have such a good episode from last week, and then you go to this one, and it's just like, man, I'm hoping that next episode it could be a lot more better. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on today's episode, what you guys kind of thought about it, and etc. like that. I hope that you guys all have a fantastic day, and I'm just hoping that next week can be, you know, more incredible with this, because I was really anticipated with this episode here today. I'm like, yes, another Friday, let's get on to Beatless, but it was just, I guess, disappointing. Have a fantastic day, guys. Thank you so much for checking out my reviews and everything like that. Thank you guys for all your support on Beatless so far right here, and we'll see you guys next Friday for another review. Much love, and hope you all have a wonderful day.